Alright my boys, what's going on? And welcome back to part 4 of the Eileo account review. Today I have my light mons all for you guys to display and probably leave me some hate comments about, because like, wow Eileo, all your mons suck. But anyways, we have my light mons. We're starting off here with my mommy version of Light Nike. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that conversation or that part of his stream, but I call this the mommy version and I call this the daughter version, or the little kid version. But here we have mommy Nike. She is on a defense set, a protection set of course, but she's triple defense. This one has some crit rate and some resist up there. This gem has some resist, a little bit of crit rate, a little bit of crit damage, but she's not really high crit rate, so it doesn't matter too much. And this one has some crit rate and some resist up there as well. I would definitely love to have some more crit rate and damage on her, but as she stands now, she's okay. Not beautiful, but okay. And she does have one book as well. I just need one more book and she'll be fully booked up. And then we have the darter version over here, who has a little bit more crit rate on her and a little bit of less resist, unfortunately. And of course, triple defense on protection. Good crit rate on that gem right there. So I made one more damage based and then one slightly more, I guess you could say, balanced in a way, because I run both of these in PvP as part of my AFAC Eileo doesn't do PvP team, which is just Light Siren, two of my two Nikes, and then my Light Odin, and like that's my don't really PvP team. It gets me pretty high, not super duper high, but it gets me to where I need to go, and that's all that matters. Next up is my Light Jack over here, who I need to finish booking her up. I do need to finish booking her up. Maybe once I get a little bit more money, but she is on a broken set. She got really good subs, like really good subs. Like this attack gem has 27% crit rate on it, a little bit of crit damage on it as well, but attack gem plus with that crit rate gem with the 54% crit rate on it, it has 24% attack up there as well. Little bit of defense and a little bit of resist up there. But with those two alone, she's already at max crit, because her base crit is already 20% for her being a light type. So her base crit is already 20%. So that right there was like, we're done, dude. We're done. Congratulations. It's over, man. So I decided just to finish her off with a broken set. And right now she has another attack gem. I would definitely like to replace this with a crit damage gem, but I haven't come across one where I actually am proud of it. So until I can get a better crit rate gem on her, well, not a crit rate gem, but a crit damage gem, this is what she has. But right now she's rocking crit rate, attack, and then attack. I would love to change that to crit rate, attack, crit damage in the future. Again, not really high resist, because at the moment the only place that I use her at is Colossus. Like, that's it. There's no other place that I use her at, just Colossus right now. Next is like Snowy. I don't really use him. I tried using him, her, it, whatever, but it's not the best. Not the best. Snowy needs books, number one, and Snowy needs better stats, because this one's rocking attack, HP, attack, with some resist up there as well. I was using him, her in Clan versus Clan, but since I've upgraded my roster quite a lot, it's just there, man. It's just there. That's all I have to say about that one. And then two like Phoenix. That's my main squeeze right there. That's my main squeeze. This one I was going to deposit, but I kept getting confused of how do I deposit both of these, because, well, how do I deposit the one, because I keep depositing this one for some reason. I don't know. But Finnick does need max crit for its hunter and defense now, so do keep that in mind. But this one's on a broken set with crit rate, attack, and then attack. This was my secondary like Finnick, so as you can see, it's not even booked up at all. I was in the process of building it, but then I guess I just got sidetracked like I normally do, and it was just like, I'm done with Finnick for now. I'm done. But I do have this one right here, which is my main squeeze Finnick. She's at 92% crit rate, so all she needs is just a crit lead and she's good to go. But she is on a ruin set with crit rates, then an HP gem with some crit damage and crit rate up there, a little bit of attack, and then an attack gem with some crit damage, a little bit of crit rate. Definitely feel like I can get some better gems for her. Not right now, but in the future. I definitely want to finish her off because she is fully skill booked up, but she hits like a truck when she crits. The reason why she doesn't have another attack gem on her versus HP is because I find that her survivability isn't the best without the HP gem right now. Her predominant uses, of course, is just clan versus clan, and I also run her in Colossus as well, but that's pretty much it for her. Next up is Light Sherlock. Light Sherlock has a slot on my Titans team, but is it like a predominantly used Mon or a Mon that I've given some thought to? Honestly, no. But she's rocking HP, attack, nice defense sub on that one, a little bit of crit rate up there, and then another defense gem with some crit rate up there. She's at what, almost 60% crit rate. She doesn't really need crit rate for her skills, but it does help with her damage, but she's at that amount. Her resist could definitely be higher, but she's on pretty much a bruiser build. HP, attack, defense. Her main job is, of course, expose weakness, and then of course any damage that comes with that is always good to have. Next up is my Light Sand Wraith. At this point in time, even though I could skill book it up, at this point in time I've been debating for a while just letting this one go because its damage sucks. Like, its damage is horrible. I have a crit rate gem on it, and HP and attack, and that's actually a decent attack gem with some crit rate, a little bit of resist up there. Not the best HP gem, but max crit, and I still find its damage to be not good at all. Not good at all. So if you guys have a Light Sand Wraith, please let me know if you feel like he's worth the investment, because if not, I'm just going to take this dude and put him in the box, because the damage that I've seen him do, even though I know he's a tank type, but the damage I've seen him do, I'm just like, why do I have this Mon? Why do I have a slot in my Titans for this Mon? Because his damage is just garbage. It is just awful. Next up is my Light Siren, though. This pretty beauty over here, of course, she's fully skill booked up. She is on a protection set, rocking an HP gem with 32% resist up there, 13.5% attack, doesn't really matter. A little bit of crit rate, again, doesn't really matter. And then her next gem is a defense gem with a little bit of resist, a little bit of crit rate, and then crit damage. And then her last gem is a recovery gem with 14% resist up there as well. A little bit of recovery, but she's just HP, defense, recovery, because I've tested her out quite a few times, and I found that, I don't know, like, if she doesn't have that recovery gem, at least for mine, I feel like she doesn't get enough orbs up fast enough for her to shield the whole squad in PvP, so she ends up dying, or she either ends up dying or someone else ends up dying before she can get her shield off. So that's why I put the recovery gem up there, and it definitely has done wonders. She does have max resist at this point in time, and that's just the 32%, and from her having a base of 30 and a little bit of resist from her other gems, so that puts her at what, 41. Yeah, so I haven't really touched her. Her job is just to mitigate damage and get the shield up, but other than that, there's nothing else to say about her. Next up is my Light Neza. She is on a protection set as well, rocking defense, and then HP. Her main point is just to debuff in Titans. Of course, higher resist is always wanted and needed, but I just threw whatever on her. As you can see, this isn't even plus 12. I like the plus 12 my gems, but you can see that I've worked on this Mon and I've like come back to it, but I've never really gotten around to really focusing on her. She does have 57% crit rate, but it's a tank type. She's not really there for damage. Her main selling point is surviving and debuffing, and that's pretty much what she does. Next up is my Light Hana, who I was going to use with my PvP squad, but since I built my Light Siren, I haven't untouched her, unfortunately, so she's kind of on the back burner, even though I did book her up. But she is on wow, thanks MSL, thanks. Let me open MSL back up, BRB. Alright, we're back. So I was in the middle of talking about my Light Hana before MSL, as you guys saw, just randomly crashed just like that. But we're back. I was going to use my light Hana, but unfortunately that didn't work out because I just got better Mons. But we're going to go ahead and see what she's rocking anyways. She's rocking almost 85% resist up there. A little bit of crit rate doesn't really matter because she's just there for her shield. But she has an HP gem with some decent resist up there, 16%. Another HP gem with some decent resist. And then a recovery gem with some okay defense, and then some crit rate. And of course, her being on a conviction set, she gets that 20% resist bonus. But not a bad mon, but Light Siren just does a better job than she does, a way better job in my opinion for what it's worth. So that's why I kind of use my Light Siren over her. But of course, her places is just probably purely Titans. That's about it right now. That's about it. Next up is my Light John, whatever you want to call her. Her purpose is clan versus clan, but I haven't got around to getting her ready for clan versus clan. Like, she's getting there with her 44% resist, but I definitely want higher resist on her. But she's on a protection set, rocking HP with some crit rate up there, which is nice, and some resist. Then another HP gem with some resist. And then another HP gem with some resist and a little bit of crit damage and attack. So overall, I definitely want some higher resist on her. She could be on a life set as well because she is an HP aggressor. But I figured I would just make her harder to kill, if that makes any sense. I would just want to make her slightly harder to kill, even though there's not much that she's getting from that defense set. But some is better than none, man. Some is better than none. Other than that, her uses are non-existent. So one day I might have her on a clan versus clan team, but other than that, there's no uses for her. None at all. Next up is my light grab bag, aka my light garbage. Her predominant use, of course, is that attack up in Titans, but she's rocking a defense gem, an HP gem with some nice recovery up there, and then a recovery gem with some resist up there. That one has 20% recovery up there. Yeah, she has all kinds of recovery, all kinds, which is nice because she is a tank type, which is why I have that other recovery gem on her, because her recovery is low. But overall, she definitely does her job. I wish she did have skill books, in my opinion, but overall she does her job of healing the squad and getting attack ups for the whole squad. So I have no complaints about her. And I mean, 71% resist. Definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. Next up is my Darter Light Yuki. I do have her fully booked up. This one does not have a square slot, sadly. It hurts. It hurts. But she's on a broken set with an attack gem with 20.5% crit rate on that gem. A defense gem with 21.5% crit rate on that one, and then another attack gem with 15% crit rate on it, a little bit of resist, a little bit of crit damage. So she's sitting at 77% crit rate, which isn't bad for a broken set, especially with no square slot at all. Of course, I'm just trying to get better subs for her and maybe get her on an intuition set in the future just to get that maximum crit rate that I can on her, even though she's not crit reliant. But I can already tell you so far, like, her damage is great, man. Her damage is great as long as she doesn't get killed. Like, her damage is phenomenal. I can see why people like Yuki, because her damage is great and her SP gets up really quick. So I have no problems of getting her 5-star off, and once she gets her 5-star off, dude, it's just rest in peace to the squad, man. Definitely a great mon. I'm not saying the best in the world, but definitely a great mon. Next up is my Light Sarah on a Siphon set. She's triple square master race. She does have 3 books. I eventually want to finish booking her up because I still use her. I do have a Dark Tina, but you guys will see in the Dark Mon review. But I definitely still use her. She doesn't need crit rate, but she's at 66% right now. But she's on a Siphon set rocking attack crit rate. Do I have a better crit rate gem? I don't. What a bummer, man. What a bummer. Does this have any crit rate on it? No. Maybe I could try one of these. Well, try that one out, see if I can get crit rate on that one. And then another attack gem with 16% resist up there. So she's sitting at 46% crit rate. I would love to get that higher. Just, you know, crits definitely help speed up runs. definitely increase her damage overall. But other than that, she's pretty much done. I want to book her up. As I said, she's only at 3 books right now. Definitely want to book her up in the future. But great Mon. I've used her since I could get Sarah when she first came, when I was still Nublio. And great Mon. Just great Mon. Next up is my light Loki. My light Loki. I was having a horrible time remembering that. He does have 4 skill books, so I can finish booking him up as well. His use, of course, is just debuffing. I do use him in Titans, and I use him in Clan vs. Clan sometimes when I'm feeling froggy, but mostly not really. But he's a balanced type, so he's rocking attack, HP, and then defense. As you can tell, his gems aren't even at plus 12, but that has some nice resist up there on that gem. This gem has some attack and defense on it, a little bit of resist, and then his attack gem has some crit rate, defense, and a little bit of resist. So a little bit of everything. He's not really there for damage. It's just debuffing only. And with his debuffs, his attack down lasts for 3 turns, 60% chance, and then his defense down is 70% chance for 2 turns. And with that booked up, that goes to 60% for attack down and then 80% for defense down. Definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. And maybe I'll finish skill picking him up when I feel like wasting some gold. But next up is my light Odin. She's awful. I definitely want some higher resist on her, but the game had to give me a triple diamond light Odin. Why, game? Why? This is what I got from my contract, my boys. A triple diamond light Odin. I'm not saying she needs a square slot, but come on, man. At least give me double diamond and a triangle. Give me 1 square. Give me some other gem than diamonds, because my diamond gem luck, just like triangle luck with anybody out there that plays MSL, is garbage. That's why her gems are garbage. But she's on a life set with triple HP. This one has a little bit of resist up there. This one has decent amount of resistance, some crit rate, and the last one has no resist at all. Just a little bit of crit rate, and as you guys can see, I have no HP life gems that are diamond. So she's been stuck on this set since like 1947 because, well, we know how B10 goes. How B10 goes. But I do use her in PvP as well. She's just there to soak up damage and then, of course, heal the squad. Other than that, I don't use her anywhere else. I mean, her resistance really isn't high enough that I feel for her to be useful anywhere else. So that's why I don't really use her anywhere else, unfortunately. Next up is my... What's his name? What's the pony boy's name? Oh, Light Pegasus. Light Pegasus. He is a work in progress as well. I do want to throw him on Clan vs. Clan, but he's on a resist set. Well, a conviction set with a defense gem with some crit rate up there and some attack. Another defense gem with some crit damage, no real resist at all, and then an HP gem with some resist, a little bit of crit rate on him. He doesn't really need the crit rate because he is a defender type, and he comes with 80% shock for 1 turn and then adrenaline, so he could be annoying under the right circumstances, but right now his resist, in my opinion, he's not really usable because 35% resist, that's not really going to do anyone any good in terms of using him. But I'm definitely a big fan of his design. I need to work on his gems some more when I get around to it, but let's continue on. Next up is my Light Venus over here. She is on a protection set, rocking HP with some recovery up there, and then rocking HP again with a whole bunch of crit rate because the game just does that with some recovery as well, and then an HP gem with some recovery once again and some attack. I don't know why the game does that. I don't know why. I need to finish plussing her gems up though, just to get a little bit more HP out of her for her shield. But other than that, her main job is just to do the shield. I use her in Titans, and that's pretty much it. Next up is my Light Sig over here. He's on a leech set, rocking attack, and then HP. Nothing too crazy, unfortunately. Definitely nothing too crazy. If I could get some more attack gems from dragons with some crit rate on it, that would be blessed. Very, very blessed. But this is all I got for right now. He's rocking 48% crit rate up there and 24% resist. Of course, I want to get his crit rate higher, but he is on a leech set, so I'm kind of compromising here, which is okay, but definitely working on getting him to Evo 3 in the future. He's not my first one that I'm trying to Evo 3, but I'm definitely working on getting him to Evo 3. But a great Mon. I would love to get another one. I don't know. I might keep my dark one if I get another dark one with a square slot just to keep him for Astro Guide purposes. But other than that, I'm just going to try and farm out some more light Sigs as I go about the game. Next up is my Light Wukong, who's at Evo 1. As you guys can tell that I haven't really touched him. He is on an Intuition set, rocking HP with some resist up there. Defense gem with some crit rate. And then an HP gem with some crit rate and some resist. So he's at 80% crit rate without a crit rate gem, which is absolutely beautiful. Even though he's not really there for damage, his skills don't need crit rate on him. I figured I would do something cheeky up there, but I definitely want to aim to get his resist higher if I ever get around to using him, but that's going to require Gleam. So right now he's just there. My Light Shiva, he's just there too. Of course, I fused him in the game, give me triple diamond, just like my Light Odin. He doesn't need a crit rate gem or a triangle gem, but it just makes it easier to build because you don't have to farm out one gem. You can farm out multiple gems and build him, but this is what the game gave me. As you can see, I just threw whatever gems on him. I haven't really sat down and tried to build him because, don't get me wrong, he's definitely not a bad Mon. He's not a bad Mon. He's out of the meta, but that doesn't mean that he's still... That doesn't mean that he's automatically garbage. That doesn't mean that he's still not useful. So definitely don't think that because Light Shiva's out of the meta that he's useless. He can be useful. He can be trolly. Just there's easier ways to take care of him nowadays than ever before. But I mean, I haven't got around to him. The problem is, of course, the gems. But I mean, I don't need him. Technically, we don't need him. But you know, it's freaking Light Shiva, man. It's freaking Light Shiva. Same thing with my Light Draka. I need to get around to building her, him, it up in the future. But right now, I haven't really touched it. Who knows what Eileo's doing? Who knows? And then this gem over here, no square slot again. But that's fine. I will build her more defense-based than attack-based, which I feel like she shines better being defense-based. So I don't really have to worry about her not having max crit or anywhere near max crit. But I pulled her earlier last week, I believe. This week or last week. I pulled her from the 3 eggs that 433 had given out for us. So I now have a Light Valk as well, which is blessed. But that's why she's untouched. I'm working on Dark Andrew right now. Like Miho, definitely want to build her in the future. Definitely want to build her. Great clan versus clan Mon. Great PvP Mon. Especially with her buff recently. She is just fantastic. Just haven't gotten around to building her because I'm focusing on other Mons. But hopefully one day I will come back to her. The rest isn't really too much to talk about here. Just a Light Tina that I'm going to end up feeding to the Nat 4 blender for Verde. I pulled another Light Hana. I'll work on her, getting her to Evo 3 because why not? Light Lucy, I do have plans for her. But again, I haven't got around to leveling her up first because I like to level Mons up to level 60 first because that means I see them as soon as I scroll down. And that means, okay, if this Mon's level 60, that means I have invested into leveling this Mon and working on this Mon. So I definitely need to gem them up. I definitely want to work on her as well, but of course, your boy is working on other things. Again, this is my other Light Yuki. She is a work in progress. I need a good Ruin gem with crit rate on it because she's on HP crit rate. And I want to give her an attack gem. Defense wouldn't be the end of the world, but I think an attack gem would be way better with some crit rate subs on that. Of course, I need books to book her up as well because I booked my other one up. But hopefully within the next month or two, of course, I'm going to get her to 60. And if I got to throw whatever gem on her for right now to get it, then that is what it is. But I'm aiming to get her to level 60 as well and Super Evo'd and make her the Mommy Yuki. So she is a work in progress. Light Morgana. Not Morgana. Morgana's from Persona. Light Banshee. 80% shot for one turn and 70%. And she's a balanced type. Unfortunately, Light Snow White does beat her out, even though I only have one book for her. Light Snow White does beat her out just by typing alone. That's not saying that if I build a light Banshee that I'm wasting my time. Not so much that I'm wasting my time, but that 10% extra for her shock. Wait a minute. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Eileo is wrong. Her shock has 80% chance for one turn, and then 70 for that one, and then Light Snow White is double 70. Actually, so Light Banshee has better shock than my Light Snow White. And I just noticed, you guys see like the skill? Like it actually tapers into the shock. That's pretty cool. So is that what shock was originally based off of? Do we have like a blue shock? Tangent here, tangent. She does have some skill books, but I guess I can work on either her or my Light Snow White, but I do like Light Snow White design a little bit better. Not saying that she doesn't look super duper cool, and I do have more books for her, but it's just a matter of time until I get to these and build them up for just a defense. Again, I got Light Door because I didn't get a Light Door before. Would definitely love to work on him in the future, but right now he remains untouched. And then Light Fennec, she came out because of the July. I don't have a Light July yet, but I do want to get a Light July. Camilla, and then a Light Colt that I'm working on getting the Evo 3 for Astro Guide purposes. But that's pretty much it for this part of my Mon box, my boys. So I have my storage left, and then I have my Dark Mons left. So in the next video, I will cover the storage and my Dark Mons. And that's pretty much it for the insight into my box. But more videos on the way. I know they've kind of slowed down a little bit, but I do have school, and I am in class like all the time right now, but I'm definitely still here, still doing videos, still playing MSL, and still active on the Discord. So if you guys want to come onto the Discord and hang out, I will warn you that we are a little bit weird up there, but we're all pretty cool. But if you guys want to come chill, definitely click the link below in the description and hop over to the Discord. But I will see you guys in Eileo's Mon review part 5. But until then, peace out, you guys.